It finally happened. We got to do a video in our very own hometown. Now, this project was a massive effort. We collaborated with Utah Valley to film a video over the last year and a half. Now, most videos we film all around the world, we usually have about a week, 2 weeks max to film a video. For this one, we filmed it over all 4 seasons, so I wanted to share that experience of what we learned through that process and some of my favorite locations. Now, this was representing our home in Utah Valley. It's where our office is, our headquarters. I was born in Provo, Utah. That's a picture of me as a little cute little baby. Now, we were filming this video over the course of a year and a half, and Utah has such incredible seasons where during the fall time, the leaves are vibrant orange. Like all the shots you're seeing right now, like we wanted to make sure we hit up Alpine Loop, one of my favorite locations for this reason. Middle of October, all the leaves go from green to like perfect orange, perfect yellow. So all these like sweeping drone shots that you're seeing right now, that was all filmed in Alpine Loop. So once the leaves start changing colors, then you have the exact same location. You have Sundance Ski Resort, owned by the actor Robert Redford. This is one of my favorite places locally to go skiing, snowboarding. So all the stuff you're seeing right now, we filmed at Sundance Ski Resort, and they were really gracious enough to let us go on their property and also experience a lot of the other activities that they do. I got to ride their zip line for the very first time, and I'm terrified of heights, and that's a very long zip line, as you guys can see right now. Like just an incredible, awesome experience. Near this exact same location at Sundance Ski Resort, once it's summer again, you have Stewart Falls, which is a couple mile hike in, and all the drone shots, all the shots you're seeing right now, we filmed at that location. So as you guys can see, like Utah Valley is a gorgeous place, and this is my home. One of my favorite things about Utah Valley is 4th of July. It's a huge event here in Utah, but especially in Utah Valley. They have what's called the Stadium of Fire, which is the biggest fireworks show in Utah that they do at BYU, Brigham Young University. I went there as a little teeny kid, and I still remember those memories. So for me, I just have such a big connection with Utah Valley. And now this 4th of July was a little different as well. It was my first time with my son, who at that time was 6.5, 7 months old. But just seeing like his joy and his curiosity is just a really cool, unique experience that I've grown up going to that show, but now I got to experience it with my own little family. Now, one of the most iconic locations in Utah Valley is Bridal Falls. So we definitely knew we had to capture that location as well. It's just an awesome visual scene that anyone can hike to the bottom of the falls. And then for the more adventurous people, they can actually straight up climb up the falls, as you see right now with Bubba and Creighton climbing the waterfall. Fly fishing is also another huge part of Utah Valley. So everything you're seeing right now, we were able to capture in Utah Valley and just show that off to you guys. One of my favorite experiences in Utah Valley is a place called Evermore. Evermore is an amusement park without the rides. So what does that really mean? Well, it's a full theatrical experience that you go, and it's you stepping into a whole nother world, as if you're stepping into Lord of the Rings or these amazing fantasy worlds. And it's this huge park where you go, and they actually have different quests that you get to experience. It's very family friendly. They have incredible actors, incredible quests, and it's one of the most unique things about Utah Valley. There is no other Evermore or anything like Evermore in the world. But I know there are a lot of golfers. Now, Hobble Creek Golf Course is in Hobble Creek Canyon. Mind blown, right? But there's a ton of different amazing golf courses. This is the one that we chose to use. Most people don't get to experience Utah Valley from helicopter, so we want to make sure people see the actual beauty of where they live from above, and not just a drone, but go into places where drones normally can't fly to. So our good friend York, who has a huge social media channel, is a professional helicopter pilot. Traveling with York, we were able to get the cool, beautiful shots that you're seeing right now. Every October, they have what's called Corn Bellies. Everything you're seeing right now is from that, but it's a massive event that lasts most of the month of October, where they have a massive corn maze, tons of different haunted houses, and just a ton of different activities that an entire family can get lost in, spend several days in, and just have a blast at Thanksgiving Point. Now, of course, you have these unique activities that happen at Thanksgiving Point. Another big one is every year they have a huge light festival where they have tons and tons of different Christmas lights. And they also have what's called the Tulip Festival every year, which once the tulips start blossoming, they have hundreds of thousands of tulips for this massive festival that everyone is welcome to come and experience. And that also is at Thanksgiving Point. Every season they have a different activity, and then they have their traditional ones that are there full year round. Now, one of those is a massive butterfly biosphere. But just tons, like hundreds and hundreds of butterflies. And right after that, we went straight to this massive dinosaur museum. They have tons and tons of dinosaur bones, Tyrannosaurus rexes, just all these other dinosaurs that I can't name. And I'm a massive dinosaur fan. I love Jurassic Park. That was a movie that inspired me to want to make movies. And then right next to that is a massive movie theater as well. So there's just so many different experiences all in one location. And then as the seasons change, there's also so many more other activities that happen as well. Now, as you're leaving Thanksgiving Point, if you look across from the parking lot, there's a massive mountain where so many people go hang gliding, paragliding. So all the footage you're seeing right now, we captured with our friend Mandy and Rick and their son as well, Hawk, for her big 30th birthday. She wanted to go paragliding for the very first time. There's also a massive parkour scene in Utah Valley. Everything you're seeing right now, we filmed with our friend Isaiah in Provo. And now not too far from Provo, the next city over, Orem, they have Utah Valley University. And everything you're seeing now, I filmed a while back with Kalen Chan, another huge parkour artist, but that's one of his favorite places to go and do parkour. Now, right next to Utah Valley University is Utah Lake, just across the freeway, 5-10 minute drive. This is my place I go to whenever I'm jet skiing, whenever I'm wake skating with my wife or friends. So this is just a huge spot right in our backyard where we go every summer. This is the place that we go to do a lot of our boating, and just a really cool, fun place to go where you can do a ton of different activities. It's our big Traco video that we got permits, mind you. We filmed it at Utah Valley because there's a lot of parts that are really shallow that we can pull off a lot of our stunts that we want to pull off. The video we did it with the horse and the professional wake surfer, we also filmed right there on Utah Lake. We also did a huge video with William Joseph a couple years back, and we put a piano on the water. We actually built stilts 6 feet below the water, and we were able to put like a full-size real piano in the middle of Utah Lake, and we filmed that video that you guys are seeing right now. So we've utilized where we live on so many of our videos. Like, this is our backyard. And then there's hiking, another huge scene in Utah Valley. So I was able to go hiking with my dad multiple times. There's just so many different places throughout Utah Valley to do hiking. Stewart Falls is one of my personal, like, easier hikes where you can go out with the whole family and have like a full adventure together. Not too far from Brigham Young University, where I went to college, they also have a music venue called Velour. Now, this is where I would go to experience concerts. So I love Velour. It's this really awesome music venue that a lot of artists perform at and get their start from performing at the Velour. We filmed so many of our videos in Utah Valley over the last 10 years since I've been making YouTube videos. One of my favorite little locations is Bicentennial Park. It's where we filmed a lot of Lindsey Sterling's music videos back in the day. In the exact same park, we also filmed a huge slip and slide. We were using each other essentially as big pin bowling balling. In Utah Valley, they also have hot springs where you can go. It's a decent sized hike, but you can go out there and they have natural hot springs where you can bathe, relax, live life to the fullest. I keep on saying one of my favorite things about Utah Valley is because I have so many, but one of my legit favorite things about Utah Valley is what happens every year is the Festival of Color. This is a big holly celebration that happens at this really incredible temple that they have out there in Spanish Fork. It's the biggest holly festival that happens on the Western Hemisphere. So that's like a pretty big deal, and that happens here in Utah Valley. Now, in 2002, they had the Winter Olympics here in Salt Lake City, Utah. Now, that's not in Utah Valley, but they did have the big ice skating rink event here in Provo. So we've actually filmed several videos there as well in this Olympic-sized skating rink. Now, not too far from there, they have also what's called the Provo Riverwoods, where they have a ton of different activities. They have a full-on rope course that you can do, a full-on arcade, bowling alley. What I love to do is flow riding. So everything you're seeing right now is we did a big video there just on flow riding, and we got some of the best athletes in Utah to film and capture that video right there. Up Provo Canyon, they also have South Fork Park, which is where we filmed a lot of our Zelda film. That's almost at 1 million views, so go watch that video to get an extra view. But we also did Zorb Soccer in the exact same location. We filmed a big fantasy video, and then 10 steps over, we're filming in the field a huge Zorb Soccer video. And a lot of people, they say like, now that you've had success, why don't you move to LA or New York City? Well, the truth is, Utah Valley has so much diversity to offer in the wintertime, in the summertime, autumn, the full range of seasons. So that's why we spent the last 1.5 years so you guys could experience what our home is like. So there you have it, guys. That is our hometown, Utah Valley. I'll have links down below in the video description of the locations that I talked about. Now keep in mind, we didn't cover even half the locations in this video. So I'll have a couple other like surprise things if you're interested in visiting Utah Valley, to definitely hit up these top spots down below. I'm actually gonna list them in my personal order as far as my personal favorites, just to give you guys an idea if you're curious as far as the top things I'd say definitely check out. But there you have it. Thank you, Utah Valley, for being willing to work with us over the last 1.5 years on this project. And definitely a massive project that took a lot of time, but this is our home and we wanted to represent that. Thank you guys so much for watching. Over and out.